What's up, everybody? Squirrel Man's back again. I'm sitting here at home, no longer in the truck. At least not for about 10 days or so. Um, Somebody asked me about the driver managers for KMB and are they micromanagers or whatever. And like, honestly, I don't know. Like, I mean, yeah, I understand what you're probably saying, but they're no more a micromanager or anything than any other company I work for. I mean, if they did something like out of line or overly nag me, I'd be more than willing to tell you. But honestly, I don't feel like it's any different than any other company I've worked for. I think if you're watching this, you felt like you had some micromanaging, nagging driver manager. Well, that's just a shitty driver manager. That's just an annoying ass driver manager. I mean, plain and simple. Because I've worked for companies. I think when I was with U.S. Express, I went through like three driver managers quickly. Um, and they're none of them are the same. You know what? You can always tell when a driver manager has never even been in a truck before. If you've been driving a truck long enough, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Because they'll say things and assume things and just create things in their head that don't make any fucking sense. Um, and it just really immediately leads you to believe that this person has never drove a truck before. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what to expect out here on the road. They don't know what kind of things that we run into all the time, you know? And that stuff will stand out pretty easily. But if you have a good driver manager, you're not going to deal with all that shit. Even a good driver manager that's never drove a truck before will tell you that, and they'll like make an effort to empathize with you, to try to understand what's going on out there, to try to give you some leeway. They'll be like, hey, yeah, I know I don't understand this, and can you do this? What about this? They at least try to like find some common ground and compromise with you on things. But the driver manager that's never drove a truck before and does the complete opposite, yeah, I could totally see how that person would feel like a micromanaging fucking asshole. Yeah. But no, I haven't really dealt with that too much, honestly. I've had some really shitty driver managers just across the board from different companies. Um, so yeah, I mean, and if you've been driving for a few years, 3, 4, 5 years, I mean, we all have stories about driver managers, good ones and bad ones. And I think any company you work for, there's gonna be good ones and bad ones. And sometimes like the bad ones will get weeded out pretty quickly. But sometimes it's the opposite though. Like I worked for CRST for a long time, and we had an awesome driver manager. She was so cool, and then she got fired on our day off one time, and I couldn't figure out why. Because I was like, she was so awesome. She always did her job. She was always really cool with us. So I'm like, why the hell would you fire this lady? It didn't make any sense. It still bothers me to this day. you know. But then you have driver managers, like I had one for U.S. Express that he wasn't nothing to brag about. I mean, but he wasn't like an asshole or anything. Like he didn't really bother me. But same story. He got fired on my day off. I don't know why. Maybe he was doing something stupid. I really don't know. But driver managers, if you're in this business long enough, you're gonna have a lot of them. If you work for the same company for a long time, you might have more than one. You might have one that sticks with you for a long time. I don't know. You just never know. But yeah. As far as KMB goes, I don't know. Like me and my driver manager, we butted heads a couple of times when I was out there for the last couple of months. But then I talked to him or it was a couple of days ago, and we basically laughed about it. It's like it's all water under the bridge now. You know, it's like you got to be a man about shit. You got to be an adult about shit. You can't. It's like I said before. You got to pick your battles, and you can't go crying about every little thing, because I mean, at the end of the day, trucking's not easy. It's not. I think, and you gotta like put yourself in their shoes too. Like, Yeah, when we're out here driving, that's really fucking hard. Okay? But you also don't see what they have to put up with in the office. You know? So try to think about it that way too. You know? There's a lot of legs to this animal that keeps it moving. It's not just you, right? I mean, the driver, without the driver, the company doesn't exist. Yeah, trust me, I know. But without the driver managers and everybody that works in the office and all that shit, it also doesn't exist because you're not out here doing this by yourself, you know, unless you want to go be an owner operator and do everything by yourself, which good luck. You know, I'm not doing that. But anyway, I hope I answered your question. Yeah, like I said, if you're somebody that worked for KMB in the past and you had a bad experience, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. I can tell you that when I do leave this company, and I don't know when that's going to be, that I'm definitely going to leave with a good rapport because this is really good money, and it's always nice to have a company to fall back on when you have nothing going on, or maybe your plans don't work out and you're like, well shit, I can always go back to that company because they pay me really good and I want to be able to come back there if I have to, you know. So that's the way you got to look at it. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Common sense ain't common.